Hey guys, what is going on? Look, we got a lot to talk about today, and if you guys did not check out, oops, hold on, let me remove this because that I forgot about that. But if you guys did not get a chance to see my gaming that I've done, I've finished the Breath of the Wild, well, not Breath of the Wild, but Tears of the Kingdom. I finished that. It is on the website at KennilosNinjaSon.com. Also, it will be on my YouTube channel, Kennilo's Gaming, in I think I got it set for August. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check it. And the reason why I started off with gaming is because this video is about gaming. Now, let's just say the gaming industry is in an uproar. And remember, I have been telling you guys about the gaming industry. I have done several videos on the gaming industry, especially when Nintendo came out saying they're going to charge everybody $80 for Mario Kart. What was it? Mario Kart World? They want to charge us $80 for it. And everybody was up in the uproar. And I'm with them. Trust and believe I am with them because, and see, a lot of people, when the Nintendo Switch first came, before the Nintendo Switch came out, Nintendo was always making handheld games. And everybody know we had the 3DS, we had the DS, we had the what was it? The SP, what was it? The Nintendo Advance. The I guess is it called the Nintendo Advance? Well, yeah, this is my 3DS. This is my Nintendo 3DS. I've had it for years. And most of you guys who are gamers know that Nintendo did a lot of handheld games. And people was talking about they should have brought Pokemon to the Nintendo Switch, but I told them, I said, I am not ready for it to come to the Switch because I'm not ready to pay like almost, $50 for it because back then we were paying like $29, $30 for a handheld game for like Pokemon. Now we're paying like almost 50, $60 for it. But that ain't it. Now that Nintendo Switch 2 is slated to come out this week on the 5th, people are canceling their pre-orders. People are taking a stand. They're like they cannot take this anymore. They cannot take the company coming in doing what they're doing because this is, people's pockets cannot accept it. And then what was funny, I was watching my girl Lovely T, shout out to her. I was watching her video and she did, and I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of what she said about the gaming industry. And she was saying that, you know, people in her gaming, she has like her own platform where people would go and talk about it. And people was talking about, they can't afford it. They can't, they don't want to go out and buy a system that's going to have older games. And these are TikTokers that are saying this too. Not now they didn't say this in her, in her what you call it, her I can't remember what the name of her I think it was her Telegram. They was in her Telegram group. She was saying that people were having a lot of concerns, but there was TikTokers that she actually showed some of their videos talking about, what's gonna happen. And I even told y'all that people are going back to retro gaming. People going back to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3. You got people that's going out buying Nintendo, regular Nintendo's, I think it's Nintendo, Super Nintendo 64. Yeah, I know I told you I got my Nintendo, is my Nintendo 64 behind me. And I got my Sega Saturn that I've had since I was 16 years old. People are going back because they cannot afford. And let me just say, I told y'all retro gaming is expensive too. Because if you go out and try to find these systems, you're not gonna find them for, at a decent price. Some of them you will, some of them you want. Like I think it's a Sega Saturn. You cannot find a Sega Saturn for under $400 or $500. And if it's factory sealed, you're gonna be paying like 2 or 3 thousand for it. So while I'm over here ranting, which I'm going to continue to do, let me give y'all just a little bit of what my girl Lovely T was saying, and I want y'all to hear her closely when she talks about this.
Us are tired of God of War, but again, not too much on God of War because I know they do have an original fan base that goes hard for that game. But it's like it's just corporate greed at the end of the day. Because back in the day, everything was backwards compatibility, and they literally got rid of that feature because why give y'all that feature where y'all can just play your, PS3 games? We're just gonna remake the games, the same exact games, and charge y'all money for it in PS4 and PS5. So it's really sad, but again, this was all conditioning. Just like streaming. I've talked about this before with streaming of music and streaming of movies. Everything comes in the guise of convenience. Oh, you don't have to have physical disc. It's not going to clutter your home and it's going to save the environment. All these plastics and stuff like that don't end up in the ocean. And really, it was just game because they got people hooked on everything being up in the cloud. But what happens not too long ago, PlayStation had an issue where their servers were down and people could not access.
Now, I just want to say this before I continue. Please make sure to go and like and subscribe to my girl Lovely T. I'm not gonna play her whole video because I want y'all to go watch it because she has a lot of information in there that I 100% agree with. I agree with it 100%. However, let me just say, she's not lying. The corporate, because see, let me just tell y'all, corporate got so greedy, the gaming industry got so greedy. Rockstar, which is the developer for it was the developer for Grand Theft Auto. Now we've been waiting for They announced Grand Theft Auto 6 when the PlayStation 5 came out, and this was back in 2021, right? No, 2020, right before the PlayStation 5 came out. We ain't seen that game yet. That game everybody called that the Loch Ness Monster because you can't even find it. That's how long ago they have told us about this game. Now they told us about it, we ain't seen it. Now we're starting to see trailers and stuff of it. How about they want to? She actually said, and I hadn't even looked at it, but let me do my due diligence. Let me do my due diligence on this. But Rockstar they want us to pay almost $100 for GTA. I know, like hell, for. I would not be paying no $100 for no game that, and it doesn't have anything that's coming along with it. It's not. It doesn't have anything to come along with it. Now let me share my screen with y'all real quick, so I can read this to y'all, so y'all can actually see that we weren't lying. Okay, and the AI had generated this. So let me just say, while Rockstar Games have not officially announced the price of GTA 6, industry analysis and rumors suggest it will likely be priced higher than its predecessor, GTA 5. Some estimates predict a base price of 80 or even $100 with potential high prices for special limited editions. Yeah, special limited editions. Now I can understand when it comes to special limited editions. I understand all of that because WWE, 2K, when they, bring it out, they give you a lot more that comes with it. You get the season pass. You don't have to pay for all the rest, the extra wrestlers. If you buy the season pass, you get all that to come with it. Now, if you buy all of, the whole package, you get everything right, right in that little package. The season pass, the extra arenas, all of that. Rockstar is not giving us anything, and they're gonna be charged. They want to charge us $100 for what? And from what she reported in her video, they went over. They paid like how much did she say? No, she said they spent out $1 billion on the game, but want us to help them recoup their losses that they had to put into the game. First of all, nobody told y'all to actually go out there and make that game that much. Okay, nobody told y'all to put all this BS into this game that make y'all go over $1 billion. Secondly, I'm not even gonna help y'all